And as the conflict in the Middle East escalates, President Donald Trump's shifting statements on the conflict are sending mixed signals, leaving allies and observers scrambling to interpret his endgame. In recent days, Trump has vacillated from a hands-off approach to embracing diplomacy and at times suggesting that he is weighing further U.S. involvement. In fact, on Tuesday, he called for Iran's unconditional surrender. Just minutes earlier, he said Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was not a target, at least for now. He added that America's patience was wearing thin. And hours before that, speaking on board Air Force One while returning from the G7 summit in Canada, the president stated that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon and said he wanted a real end to the conflict, not just a ceasefire.
Right now, we're doing pretty well. Remember, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. We don't have to go too deep into it. They just can't have a nuclear weapon.
When the conflict began on Friday, June 13th, President Trump described Israel's attack as excellent and very successful in interviews. But he also said a diplomatic solution between Israel and Iran was possible and warned that Tehran needed to act before nothing was left. The next day, he recounted a call with Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying both agreed that the battle between Tel Aviv and Tehran should end soon. And on Sunday, the president reinforced that position, saying Israel and Iran should make a deal and make the Middle East great again. But on Monday evening, Trump appeared to shift toward a more hawkish stance, leaving the G7 early, saying he needed to return to Washington to deal with the conflict. And he posted on social media that he was not returning to work on the ceasefire, but something much bigger. He also boasted of Israel's air superiority and reportedly associated himself with the country's war effort. The fluctuating statements have prompted governments in the region as well as experts to closely monitor Washington's position. They're assessing whether the United States might shift from observer to participant in the largest conflict between Israel and Iran to date. And according to analysts, President Trump's contradictory language may be undercutting his own strategy.
Trump has been signaling, tweeting today, does not seem to suggest that he has any plans to actually give diplomacy a real chance. He's calling for surrender. I think he is likely miscalculating, thinking that the Iranians believe that surrender actually is an option, that Trump would honor the terms of a surrender.
Experts reportedly warned that Donald Trump's inconsistent messaging on the Iran-Israel conflict could lead to serious miscalculations by both Tehran and Tel Aviv. But for now, the president has not stated clearly whether the United States would join the fight, but he has previously said that the U.S. would respond with force if Iran targeted any American personnel or facilities in the region. And with no formal policy declaration yet from Washington, the Middle East remains on alert, awaiting the next mixed signal.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
At $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4 trilhão.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.